You will agree with me that waiting on God is not easy, right? There's a video that I did the other day, and I was talking about how waiting on God will make you numb because nothing is happening, right? Nothing much is happening, a lot of pain, a lot of stretching, and it is such a very unusual experience. Sometimes I've sat and just looked behind and I'm like, God, I've come this far. There's no way I can give up. I just have to keep on going. I just have to trust you. And the beauty about it is that God has continued to just open my mind to things I've never thought, to understanding knowledge and just understanding life and what life has to bring for us. And it's a beautiful space, to be honest. It's a beautiful space because just seeing yourself being transformed each and every day, just seeing yourself getting more answers about life, things you've been wondering and asking yourself, some of the things you've been asking yourself since you were young, and you wonder why you kept asking for answers, your curiosity, sometimes you realize that God just starts preparing you very early, at a very early age, and you have no idea until you are grown, and then he takes you through this process of waiting on him and just trusting that he's going to do what he started in you. It's not easy, but let me tell you, one thing I've realized about God that is so faithful during this waiting period is that he will cushion you. He will cushion you against everything, and he will provide for you what needs to be provided for, because during that period it's not a time for plenty. Remember the children of Israel. These children of Israel lived in the wilderness. They were provided for manna from above. They had no luxury. There was no plenty. A matter of fact is that those who collected more than they were supposed to collect for the manna, it went bad. So it was very important for all of them to be obedient. And this is the thing with waiting on God. He will make sure that you obey him. You obey him by all means. If you don't obey him, there are repercussions to that. And we see what used to happen in the wilderness with the Israelites. It was not an easy journey for them. Neither is it going to be easy journey for you. Your obedience is required here. There are things that I've done that I will never have done. You understand? God will bring you to your knees. God is a disciplinarian. Let me tell you, a lot of things that God does in us while we are waiting on him, he will never have gotten them out of us until he brings you to that wilderness season. You will surrender everything. And I'm sure many of you will agree with me on that. Painfully agree. It is okay. So why am I talking about this? It's because the way I've seen God provide for me, you understand, that sometimes I just desire something small and I don't know whether God will give it to me. And let me tell you, the way the scriptures will say that God will go ahead and answer you even before you finish talking or asking. I've seen that work in my life. And these are the tiny things that needs to be provided so that I'm comfortable and that I'm able to go through it successfully. God will do that. One time, I really needed a house with a balcony. Somewhere I would just walk out and just stand there, look outside and just feel, that fresh air. I needed that. And I didn't know that God was listening. That day, after I thought about it in my mind, I never even talked to God. I was just thinking about it. The following day, I'm talking to the security guard in the same building, and he's like, there's a house that someone has moved out. You can actually get in. And I was like, does it have a balcony? Yes, it has a balcony. Just like that, God provided that house for me, just to make sure I am comfortable. And this is the house I am living even right now. Trust me, I would want a bigger house. I would want a better neighborhood. I would want those big things. But God is not providing that house right now. Why? Because I'm not done with the waiting season. I'm not done. Because you are supposed to graduate out of this waiting season so that God can move in and make a statement with your life. And so many of us are desiring good things. We are desiring those big things, but it's not time yet. And God is just saying, just wait on me. I know the timing. I know when I'm going to bring those things. And this is the thing. While you are waiting on God, you have to learn contentment. You have to be okay with what he's providing. You have to be okay with what you don't have. And you don't have to actually stress yourself, stress people around you to provide for you things that you know even you they are a luxury. You just have to come to a place where you accept the situation you are in and just be ready and wait on God. Because God is not a man. He will provide all those big, huge things you need. And while I'm speaking about all this, I'm also encouraging me. Because it's not been easy. But I know for a fact, God never lies. And the fact that he sent me here to come and speak about these things will tell you that God is committed on what he said about me. And what he constantly tells me that he's gonna do to my life. He's committed. Otherwise, he will not just make me come here and get embarrassed. No. And that's why during waiting season, you have to be obedient to God. He tells me to come and speak certain things here that actually contradict my life sometimes. But through faith and obedience, I have to come here and speak. Yes, you understand. With all the confidence and boldness. And there are many things that God has told me to do and speak about that he later grants them. He later makes them happen in my life. So obedience is better than sacrifice, child of God. I love you all and God loves you. Until next time, bye.